Bayete kuwe Kep. Wena uvela iyunu. Bayete Kep. Inkosi yamadlozi. Uyinkosi yomhlaba wonke. Unamandla amadlozi. Buka njengawo wonke amathongo. Isithunzi samadlozi. Ubakhulisile. Wabaphilisa ekufikeni kwabo. Iso lakho lisekhanda. Njengomlingokazi uRhekawu. Iso lakho lisekhanda. Njengomlingokazi uRhekawu. Wasenyakatho. Wonke amadlozi ayakuhlonipha. Abeka iminikelo ngaphambi kwakho.
Bata And I'll be representing the kingdom of Oset. 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 We gather here every Sunday, 897 Ilela Street, Orlando East, at 11:30 for Umpasha at 12 o'clock. We gather here and get the privilege and opportunity to listen to the lectures of Mkhulu. Jumping into our current season, gap. Gap. The things that align us with gap is Inyanga is February, Iche is amber, Umbala is brown, Intimbi is bronze, Impepo is patchouli. Here is the patchouli. Amaka is olive, and Isihlahla is Pasi, Izilwane is goose, duck, and lizard. Find and follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Great Empire of Kemet. On Twitter is GEK_movement. Then we have YouTube, our private account at Great Empire of Kemet. Please do participate, share content, and ask questions. The Royals will be there to assist. Then taking it to our market, handing over to Ukenda.
So over there, we have our truth seekers. They are selling punks, as you can see here that I wrote here. And also the booksmith. We deliver, search and find. Any book that you want or want to find, they have it. I think that's much for me. I'd like to pass it on to the class.
On our market, we also have the Mahlori herbal products. This is the cancer bush. This helps with people who suffer from stress, back pain, knee pain, or any kind of pain you have. You can also use the Mahlori rub. And then on Wednesdays, we give platform to black-owned businesses. For that, info us at www.gek.org. And then I think that's all I have for you. We also We are also available on Spotify and Apple Podcast at Great Empire of Kemet. And I think that's all I have for you today. Handing it over to Mkhulu. including food and transport. For those of us who want to drive, it's 150 per person. Please RSVP with proof of payment before the 15th of March 2022. This trip is going to be starting on the 20th and on the 21st of March. For more information, please go to Twitter, GEK_movement. And this is the book Mkhulu reads from when he does umphato. Please get yourself a copy for only 150. So go to it. Ajehut. Today, Silpani, we just showed you a showcase of what we've been doing behind the doors. The kids are hands-on. Angazi nabadala la like we are inviting all of you emakhaya ukuthi manje sigodle sicela nize nengane zizofunda nazo zikwazi ukulida la ngaphambili. Thina sesibadala sesiyodedela ingane. We need to dedela le ngane when they know what they must do in front, how they must live. So then, we've got Kemet chat ukuthi nikwazi ukuyijoin. Other people are finding it hard to join Google website. So we'll give you a number where we can send you a link. Just say hi, send me a link. Just send 079 7708014. And also end up a trip you were so start looking in Zeni and then
phone number
079 77 08 014. Yeah, uti hi, can I have the link for Kemet chat? Ngoba it's all that number is also linked to each trip. So sounds good when you say hi. You can say hi on WhatsApp and we send you the link to what to join it. So then
Andukaz. Imhotep. Ayisibonga ugesi makhe. Masifila lo gesi esiwufilayo. Umveli nqango okhulumayo ngaphakathi kuthina. Aveli nqango. Ano ngiphawula nje ngoba ukhona ukhehla ubesemoyeni bengaziboni. Bese kunzima nokuthi astop. Umoya mele udedele. Ungawuboni. Uma ufila ukuthi wenza into yenze ngaleso sikhathi. As long as leyo nto ikhuphula umoya. Siyabonga kakhulu phela. It means ukuthi sikhona la hayi ngokumzimba kuphela. Kepha ngomoya ngomqondo nayo yonke ngoba si-aligna nalo moya esizowudonsa. Sibulise lapho sithi hotep nani lapho emakhaya nibukile. Ngixolise futhi kakhulu ngoba uyazi sometimes lo moya esudonsayo usukukude le. Manje ufuna ingoma eyithize ukuthi udonse lo moya. Manje ke abantu emakhaya ngenzeka yaba affect leyo nto. Nxeseni. Thokozile. Sikhuluma namhlanje ngomhlaba uGeba. Lifat. Sikhuluma ngenkosi yomhlaba. Ngokuthi umhlaba njengoba uzungeza ilanga unama cycles la ufike khona uzi clean khona. It's a natural thing eyenzakalayo emhlabeni. Just a brief history nje ukuthi lapha la ngaphakathi emhlabeni kunebhola le-iron. Kule bhola le-iron lizungezwe yilento bayibiza ukuthi molten iron ne-nickel yizo eyishisayo, yilo mlilo lo ophuma ngaphakathi ngaphansi komhlaba. Manje-ke lo mlilo lo yiwo lo o-creator isithunzi somhlaba, yingakho nawe unesithunzi. Mawukhuluma about the electromagnetic field, i-creator yilo mlilo lapha phansi nale bhola le-iron. Lo mlilo ulokhu uyazungeza around le bhola le-iron. Manje kuthi kuye kufike isikhathi abelungu bayibize ngama-ages, ukuthi there's an age of Taurus, there's an age of Pisces, yonke lento le. It means it's a great cycle. Yabona, i-great cycle leyo ithatha iminyaka. Njengoba sesifike manje, ukuthi uyakhumbula last week ngithe si 5-2 ukuthi siwele ngapha on the other age. I-age yani Aquarius, i-age yani ye-knowledge. So we are already in the knowledge age. So that requires us ukuthi singasale emuva, ngoba what is going to dictate the future, it's not your material possessions, but the knowledge that you possess. This is what it's going to, dominate in future. Yingakho mengibona ingane zenza lento eziyenzayo, ngiyajabula enhlizweni ukuthi the future is guaranteed. The future is guaranteed. So njengoba ke I'm sure inkosana la ichazile, ngizwe ikhuluma ngokuthi kunama changes amaningi that we are witnessing. Lawo ma change awaqhutshwa yi-ego yomuntu. Umuntu uyenziswa. The spirit, another person can be born to come and destroy. Another person can be born to come and build. So every leader, isenzo esithize, whatever they are doing today, it's a divine plan. It's a divine plan. And it's something that I think we as Africans have got to be conscious of. Ukuthi what time it is. Sikuphi manje. And what does that time dictate of us to do? Do you understand? Everybody in the world, they are crazy about nationalism. But it's only Africans that are so divided. Asinayo lento ukuthi, hey man, wonke umuntu uqoqa into yakhe. Look at what happened, Ukraine. Bakuvalela iminyango yama-train. You don't deserve to be saved. You are nothing. All over the world. And that is nothing new. Umuntu omnyama is used to that. But now, the problem ukuthi, are we seeing the future the way it's supposed to be seen? Khona le ngoma le eyayehla la isambulelo ithi impi sesangweni. Ukuze sicule le ngoma, it was that day umoya wehlisa isambulelo ukuthi impi sesangweni. Manje thina as African people, are we ready now? That's the thing. I hear a lot of leaders of the continent trying to join impi yase Ukraine. Foolishly. Yes. Hey, they don't remember history. Ukuthi history says Russia is the only country that was able and demonstrated its support for Africa. The only country. Hey, bonke labantu laba eAmerica kahle ne Britain were part of this system that was killing us. Now we are then supposed to be making a choice in support of the evil people of America and Britain. This is the capital of evil. Because of the wars, the blood that they have shed all over the world. And now time has come to judge them. Time is here. You know, ukuzoba chacha ngoba uyakhumbula sakhuluma ukuthi yonke into yenzayo is recorded. Now, there is a spiritual heart where you can never hide. So now, Russia is then depicted as an aggressor. Russia, for the last 10, 15 years, iloki complain about NATO. Ufunani at the borders of my country. Ufunani lapho. In NATO because he kwaka. Remember, Guti, West, the Western people, they are bloodthirsty. Abantu bempi. It's not me history. How many wars have they been involved in, Western people? And for how many years? Tinimba impi se kabu. Impi yetu bogo impi ikoti. Ukuthi usibani bani ushaya usibani bani ngestina. That is what we used to fight about. But you even have an idea of developing an armament that is capable of destroying umhlaba wonke. Phela le threat esikuyo is serious. In Russia, I'm ready to press the button. Ngithinteni. Manje America makwala la ho. Mokumele ba focus. Hey. Ngoba manje sebefake lesilimo sase Ukraine ngekhanda. Ukuthi wena hamba child. Remember ukuthi Ukraine ne Russia. These are brothers and sisters. Basukwaniswe yi-West ne America. It's what they divided, those people. So they come ukuthi no, Tina, we have a better philosophy and ideology. You live under us. Look at what they did in Iraq. In Libya, where was Libya when Muammar Gaddafi was there, man? What has happened to that? Who has taken them to court for that?
And their generals are confessing.
Hey! So, last week I was saying, Guti, ngesizulu sithi, lithatha osemsamo, limbeke emnyango. Lithatha osomnyango, limbeke kuphi? Njalo maphela. And the isenzo leso esenzwa is the magnetic field of Earth. After some revolution, mawuzwa ukuthi bathe ilenduza Earth has flipped poles. They are not talking about the physical poles because the physical poles remain, but the poles of the magnetic field twist. They shift around as a way of renewing. Otherwise, Earth could never sustain itself. The way singolisa ngakhona manje. Our foolish deeds and our greed. Do you understand? Lento ukuthi we are involved in massive mining of our wealth. Siyahomba sishiyana. If you are taking all the steel, the nickel, the gold, the platinum, the coal from Earth, and you are preparing a disaster for yourself. Hey, because the more singena ku mining, do you understand? Hey, siyazi ukuthi most of these so-called billionaires, they are billionaires because of money. You understand? It gives you the material benefit, but it has a long-term effect on the environment of Earth. That is the truth. Yingakho-ke umhlaba will always renew itself. Umhlaba will always clean itself. Even in terms of evilness, you can never be evil forever. La emhlabeni, icycle yakho izodlula. Why? Because you were born to actually, demonstrate that evilness so that abantu bazi. Uma ngikhuluma ngokulunga, I should know evilness and make a conscious choice that I'm choosing this side instead of that side. How would you know evilness if being a heckle? So it's exactly the same thing. Earth is going through cycles out. Naturally, things are going to happen. Look at earthquakes. Look at the fire that is burning all over umhlaba. And then ngathi usondela ngale. It's much closer to that capital of evil. Hey, lo mlilo uyalapho phela. Nazo zonke lezi zinto ezimba ama-hurricane, ama-earthquake. Ngathi mina the only continent that will survive is Africa. The way zenzakala ngakhona izinto, the way things are progressing. What if labantu bayaqedana? Sivuke kusasa vele ukuthi akusena Europe. Akusena America. What are we going What if what you are thinking vele yi destiny yabo? Yakhumbula ngathi mina siyolwela umoya. Asidinga thina ama-atomic bomb. Ibomb yethu lomphathi. Thathe kancane wena uzolimala. Hey, so zonke lezi zinto silokho sikhuluma ngazo vele ukuthi zizoyenzakala. Kancane ziyenzakala. So inkinga ukuthi the way ngibona ama-Afrika ngakhona, ama-Afrika not ready. Asikho ready. Labantu laba vele mebengashana vele bashabalale. What's going to happen to us? Huh? Yeah, but that is why it's important that we need to prepare for a future now. And the future can never involve or include a system that is dying, man. We need to rise with our own system. Uzositshela wena ngedemocracy. Democracy yaza wena. Zothi kuwe balandele. Amolfanga umfoti womlilo. Nale democracy yaza. Hey, it means ukuthi lento ke isikhathi for us to lay a foundation for the tried and tested governing system of the continent and stop all this compromise. Hey, manje umtsheleke labantu laba who are so hold lobutsotsi bathi democracy so dear. Bathini, how are they projecting future? Uzophelelaphi wena when you were killing me in defense of this system? Uzophelelaphi? Uzowela nabe wenla? Huh? Hey, ngoba kunjalo. When I demand justice as an African person, I must be killed. Yes. I must be killed because someone there has decided to normalize colonization like Anna. It's your problem, it's not ours. Uguti, when you made a conscious decision to follow the system of thought, that is your problem. And it's yours and your conscience. Uchehut is there, simtability. Who are telling me today? Achehut. Angeka kamba manga. Ngoba uchehuti kuthiwa uyilento yesithi Mkhulu. True of voice. Angeke asondele umveli inqange ngamanga ngawe man. Akuna bribe lapha. Hey, you can't bribe ujehuti. Because ujehuti is the initiator or the original, frequency. Who sends all these other frequencies? So if frequency very better, we are reported the way in a call. So what I'm trying to say, Maketa Wuti, Amaketa, our ancestors, Bami nyawo, and the bala, but checking is your zetu. Uguti wana in this confusion yomhlaba, umepi. Are you still a slave like moyeni na la mkondweni na? Do you deserve or do you have the sabelo of a future? That's the question. Hey, don't find yourself in the wrong side of history. Ngoba uzothi masa uhambile la, sifunde lencwadi yakho. Ukuthi wena ubuthini kithi, ubuwenzani wena. Singakutholi ukuthi we are wanting. We are short ngapha in terms of supporting, the black agenda or the African agenda. So it's all about that. Change is here. And and nobody can claim that they are responsible for the change. Yeah. That is why it can never be stopped. It can never be stopped. It has to live its own full cycle. Everything else is actually last. We were once kings and queens. Sihlonitshwa umhlaba wonke. Sibusa umhlaba wonke. Then he say ziyajika impela. Ziyajika izinto. Kufike leyo cycle. Ukuthi abasemsamo bayabu. Abasemnyango bayabu. Ijalo makhaya. Ijalo makhaya. Yingakho uzothola ukuthi iAfrica has that potential of being a superpower. Because new technologies are going to be tried and tested here on the continent by us. When we unleash our potential and allow these principles to fully express it through us, that is when we discover oh no, sino immortal. Sino Shekhanta job. Uvuke kula muntu. Sibona ngezenzo zakhe. Hayi ukuthi usishaya kangaka. Izenzo vele. Ngeke uclaim ukuthi uShekhanta job wena kanje. Ushaya wrong iphelele. So kusemqoka ke makhehla and enye into okumele siyazi ukuthi you must never feel guilty for being a nationalist. You must never feel guilty. You must think black and African first. Before yonke lento ufuna ukuba yiyo. Wena uba wonke nyakwazi manje. Join the melanin, that's your problem. So you need to guard ke le melanin uyikhuze sometimes. Uthi ungangenzi soft too much. Kukhona la mele ngibe hard khona. ngoba manje ayisekho ibalance. When I'm too soft, hey, be abantu bagibele ekhaya njengayi Africa. I-Africa is the mother continent. Ilokhu ixhashazwa yingane the whole centuries. Lokho sisigibela la emakhanda, ingane zethu lezi. Do you understand? Bokuyisikhathi sabo ukuthi batanase. Now that cycle has reached the end. Yingakho mele sime ngale ndlela thina. Ungami ngecontent yomunye umuntu. As an African person, you are the originator of the content of the world. Go back to your old sources, man. Hey, repackage that with Calender, repackage it, uyibuyise uzofundisa ingane. For ingane to take it into the future. So, mina ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi kugcwele intsha la. And abantu abacommitted. You know, ungazisola sometimes ukuthi yes, ngiza nje esigodlweni kuphela on Sunday. There might not be anything for now engibhizi ngayo in terms of supporting a movement. But i-commitment yakho ukuthi uze la nje every Sunday. It's more than anything. It's more than anything because through wena, as an example, uhamba namadlozi ayi-million from your own tree. Bajabulile. And yiwo lamadlozi la azofuthela ilanga. Remember what I said. The more colonized you are like Kanda, vibration yakho is low. So you are not adding value on that internet of souls and spirits. In the etheric body, when we learned about this, when weshisumlilo. Do you understand? Weshisumlilo ne vibrational frequency yabantu abamnyama. Uwedwa nje ngokuthi uphambane. Angithi usasontekile. So melu isontulu ende nayo lento yokusonteka le. Remember ngathi last week. Uhamba lokhu blame abantu ukuthi uyabona isido yonke lento ayikho leyo. Mongasontulula. I-energy yakho so that there's resonance between izulu nomhlaba. Then life happens. You can't expect ukuthi manje wena uzothi usontoluli bakusontile. Huh? Then you expect ukuthi yonke into izohamba kahle. I-test yalento engiyishoyo. I-Africa kuthiwa 87% yabantu base-Africa Christians, they are praying all the time. Ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi if lo mthandazo bowusebenza ngabe sila kunini manje kunini silapha senza into eyi-one sonke. I-disappointment yami ifika la mengibona i-president lamafonko ama-president ase-Afrika once bamgcoba kunomfundisi la. It means ukuthi upledge i-allegiance vele to the Vatican. Uthi ngumuntu wakho man. Ungawari ngami. Emfene nge-strategy for sona. That's what they do labantu lapha. How? Uke wambona i-president nje athe before alenduza aqala ukubusa simbone nje afaka amahiya amba ngeenyanga ashisa impepho Kukhitshwe. Kubizwa amadlozi. Alengawo. Bonke they're demonstrating that they must die by intamo la. And the time, what yini is the time? Symbol kabani.
But you must dress presentable. You must dress presentable.
Uzwa. Science negates that statement. No, but the more layers you put in your body, you are blocking your oxygen from entering your body. So that is not barbarism for us to go to Kemet. We don't wear anything from here because we need this oxygen. Safaka la matai sakula. Remember, with the oxygen is very here you need the oxygen. Manje umtshele ucabanga kanjani because the oxygen is also linked to our thoughts. If manje ubopha intamo la, igazi alikhona ukuhamba kahle. Ama-thoughts akhamba njani la ekhaya? Ngoba ubloke the channel of oxygen. When I tell you no, I'm a gentleman. Passion njalo. Njalo manje. So manje ke yingakho sithi abelungu ingane lakithi. Ngoba we understood ukuthi there's no need for impahla. I need to absorb this energy from the sun because that energy reignites or re-energizes the carbon in me. Do you understand? So it's very important. Even remember, Guti, at the core of Earth, it's an iron there. Right? Surrounded by a molten iron, nickel, umlilo lowo, right? And what do we have in our system? Iron. Yingakho our medication is supposed to be different from the medication which was tested for white people. This is the preparation we need to make for the future. Government now fatuza. Ungazi ukuthi manje mele wenzeni. So ubamba yonke into ezenamandiya nabelungu namachana. Uprioritize yona. Why? Because you are ignorant of yourself. You can't be comfortable with ingane zakho zifa every day. Zibulawa medication that is being given to them. Medication was presented to you by white people. And that medication is not okay for black people. Science says so, man. But when you are comfortable, we are leading him fair and fair. Hey, it means we are confirmed. Master yakho le Britain nase America. I've never seen say yazi. Hey man, you're How? Umtshele. Yini le nto kuthiwa Biden? Le crown ye Britain ubani? Uyakhuthalela lelima lesi. Umuntu omnyama from Africa. Why? Why? In Russia the other day, there was a clip that was going around. Why khuluma lento kudala ukuthi ukuthi thina siyisymmetry. Africa is a symmetry. Intamba kepha intamba eshaya khona ngoba iyayithola indawo lakithi. Uthi Putin, you don't need any country or continent in the world. Instead, all countries and continents badla ngawe. The could never be Europe without them plundering our resources here. There could never be America. Do you understand? Sinayo yonke into. But the consciousness on how to develop that for ourselves, we don't have. Because already when we come to these seats of power, so sane a contract, Okuti will never betray the queen. Hey, otherwise say you would never be voted. And it's true. If they create commotion. The whole country turned against Umama. Umama, umuntu wasilwela. The only woman, the only woman that was visible in our struggle. We were motivated by her. I-America ne pretend benzani lo ngoba ukhuluma about the nerve umhlaba. She's dangerous. We must assassinate her character. Foolish black people now followed. Sebethukuma. Hayi lo mama lo. Hayi lo mama lo. Hayi lo mama lo. Ukuphi namhlanje? What happened to those who were insulting Gaddafi? Where are they? Huh? Ikuphi ANC namhlanje? Yes. Because had they respected to Mama, Mama was going to be the ANC. Ngokweqiniso. Ukuthi you can't deceive black people and then sell them the concept of parliament, ne vote. That's not of value to us. Mtaba. Akef. Alifat. Amshab. It's all about that. It's all about Mtaba. Hey, and the minute ukhuluma ngomhlaba, then you are the enemy of the West, ne America. Why? Because they want to perpetuate the theft that is happening and the injustice inflicted upon Africans in general. So it's about time. Umbuso wabo uyawa. Umbuso wabo uyawa. Buga is an example. The movement ANC is experiencing our problems. Nabantu. There is a detachment. There is that divide. Why? Because akuseko umuntu that used to touch people here inside. Uyazi umuntu mekeme lapha ekhuluma ufikele usizi. Ngezinto nje azikhulumayo. So kugcwele abantu compromise all the time. So compromise kuze kubeni. When are we going to start being men? Sihlonitshwe. Huh? Uhlonitshwa kanjani when you have normalized slavery ne subjugation? You're right when I'm under your boot boss. Hey, that's the attitude of Mnyama. Yes. Instead of they will come after you. We are making the master uncomfortable by the things you are saying. And we need to, the voice of dissent. We need to reject the system like Africa. That's the only solution. You reject everything yake no mundu azenayo. Hey, babu senale saskepe sabo Jesus. Sizobalanda manje. Isikhathi siphelile. Time is up. Time is up. Hey, you can't uloku pacify abantu. Hayi no, enzo nenzela Mzunenzela. Kunini basitshela lo. Amtshela a simple thing, Makhet, a simple thing. Look at the amount that was wasted at ESCOM. Look at the amount that was wasted at South African Airways. Take all those billions and plow them in townships and rural areas. Akashintu umuntu omnyama. Manje, what's their problem? What is their problem? Another simple example. Ibara Kwana's hospital. In terms of their consumables, they spend billions every year. Those billions could be circulating amongst the community of Soweto. They must do like China, supporting home industries. You need a factory to manufacture a bandage. You need a factory to manufacture a mask. No, in the news we are campaign and we are deliver as long as equality right. So many people can get tenders. Allocate a tender of $1 billion or 2 billion. Therefore, Soweto. Yonke into esidingayo, we are going to source it from Soweto. It's such a simple thing. Ngikhuluma ngebhara. Kunamapost. Post office. Who supplies their consumables? Abelungu. Imali billions leave Soweto every year, supporting white business outside there. Why? Because the government is when man usafufuku sawena usemncane ngikhulumi nawe ngikhuluma nomlungu umdala kuwe. That's exactly the same thing that they did, in 94. 94, what they would do, the government would give umlungu or a company abelungu a contract. Then bati hambo funa somebody omnyama to subcontract from you.
Yes.
They messed us up lapo.
Yes.
As opposed to Amapunu. Amapunu, when they took over from the English, they gave the Afrikaner the contract and said, well, go look for a technical partner. That is empowerment. Ungazoniki contract umlo. Bese lo uthi mina ngiyongena ngaphansi kwalo mlo. Uthini ngami government? So these are the things that we need to sort out. Do you understand? And the manje ayukuthi lento inhlupheko yethu. It is deliberate. Because it can just take a government. Hey man, 5 years is too much. If 5 years is too much for them to come up with some program that are supporting the real development of factories in townships, what's wrong with that? Abasemakaya basnikeza raw material we process here in townships.
Yes.
There is that cooperation. Yes. Black economy, the rand circulates amongst us. Ufuna kumtshela ukuthi i-government yase-China would allow Europeans bangene elokishini lase-China and come and manufacture izinto zabo, whilst the Chinese community are producing nothing. They will never allow that. They would make sure that they develop entrepreneurship in that township so that abantu babone ama opportunities. The government is here to support you.
Yes.
Because that is what we need. That's the only thing that we need. Support yabo. And asikhulumi ngento abangayazi njengoba ngisho the Afrikaners did it to the fullest, to the point ukuthi that's why sinabo ABSA. That's why sinabo insurance company in the Old Mutual. Nabo Shoprite. Abo Checkers. Why? Because they were supported by government. But who to the low person when Checkers was the Checkers Shoprite. Checkers. It went through a bad cycle to a point it was sold the thing for 5 cents or 10 cents. Like that is you know, accountant. That is an accounting strategy. Okay, meaning abo person they got ilenduza Checkers for 0. Why? Because it had debt. They agreed to take over that debt. Do you understand? Yes. So it means the mali bokumele bayibhatala. You know, yalenduzwa ya supportwa yile debt ukuthi okay thina sizoyithatha le debt. And who supports who buys the Checkers? Yes. Do you understand? Yes. Manje ke yini into engasilula ukuthi nathi siqale our own you know supermarket. Kula siyakhona market. That is not a dream defend because sizoyiphilisa. Once adlula nje kule first level, then everything is possible. Konke lokho esikhuluma ngakho futhi moya support. By the time bakhathana le thina sesile foundation emnandi. Ukuthi noma ke seyibamba into yethu akho umuntu ozosiphazamisa. Yingakho ngithi i-future for us as African people is very bright. Inkinga ingale if wena ububona the current you know system as the alpha and omega. Uzothola amadesk. No, just finish. If you don't possess the content esikhuluma ngayo manje, i-content yaseKemet uzoba useless ngitshela. Ngoba even as a science teacher or a mathematics teacher, you need to present it in our own way. Ngeke uzosifunza uNewton no nalewo bani no ayobo Einstein. Hayi sifuna uyilande la yasuka khona lento ukuthi ukuze bakhulume nge-right triangle, you know, right angle triangle bebekhuluma ngani and ubani owayisungula and uyibeke in a simple way. Ungalokhu usithema ngamathema amaningi. I mean, mawufika emntaneni na 5 years uthi right angle triangle uthini kulo mntwana? Kanti ngabe mama explain ukuthi ubaba umama huwe. That's what it means. Uzokhohlwa leyo nto. Manje wayusithema ngamathema amaningi. Sigcina ngathi manje thina siyilima. Uyazi mawusesigele ubona ukuthi wefela. Ubona ukuthi ngisenkingeni marikengele. Ugcine then ukwenza i-decision ukuthi ngcono ngiyogana ngeke. Angisangeni. Why? Because baya ku-confuse. Thina ingane lezi eyifunda la, they must master the right angle triangle bayicule. They must master the 9 principles of creation so that they understand not only the spiritual side of it but also the, you know, the science part of it. Yinto mele bayifunde in our own Kemet virtual school. It's on its way. It's on its way. and sibonge futhi ukaba Kamene. Ukaba Kamene bebembiza abanye angazi noma bayalazi legama lakhe bathi uBugatti. Yes. Bugatti. He was called Bugatti before. So that guy, currently, umuntu that is central to the content esifuna, omdala, uTheophilo Benga from ETRC. That is the first person we would like to bring here. But because of our challenges age, we might not be able to. That's another reservoir. Ubesebenza kanje noShikhantatyo. So, yonke lento sifuna in terms of content, bakhona labantu. So, ulenduza ke ukaba Bugatti is central to us because he is the pillar, he is the center that connects all these other gurus. Do you understand? Yes. Meaning, Guti, we will never struggle again to say content here mathematics, the Kemetic mathematics, my art. That's the beginning of math. My art, it was called my art balance. My art. So, sitina ke umuntu ozosibekela. Remember ukuthi according to the Kemet science, even ama numbers wethu mesibhala thina u4 besingathi yini leyo. What is that? Yini lento le? Huh? Okhokho bethu mebebhala u4 bathi 1 2 3 4 babeka ama line so uyayibona lento visible 16 manje mawungayanga esigele bakushaka lo 4 yini manje inyoni but ininzi ukuthi labantu basenza stupid ngamabomu ngokuthi siconsume knowledge ngendlela yabo. Thina sinendlela yethu of consuming knowledge. Futhi yethu ihamba nesambulelo. Divine inspiration. Ayihambi yodwa. Manje uzongi-understand kanjani? Ngikutshela ukuthi ngithola isambulelo manje kuso. Uzongiphikisa? Umlungu uzokuphikisa. From a point of ignorance. And the lento yenzakala in front of him. Athi no uyathakala. Uzosho njalo, you are a witch. How can you talk about something then it happens? Then you're a reporter. There's a witchcraft isekhona that law. Uhambile ndoda. Isasekhona they will repeat. So basobe ukuthi wenzani phambi komlungu. Gada ndoda. Ngobitshele le. Angitaka understand. So manje ke makhehla ilapha. Ngithe no, awuthi ngeke sike sikhulume lento siyicacise. Ukuthi what time is it now? Vis-a-vis the sun and earth or our solar system. We don't even know icycle ye Jupiter manje. Icycle ye Mars. Icycle ye Venus. Ukuthi uVenus manje wenzani? Asisekho aware ngalezo zinto lezo. Ngoba before besazi ukuthi if Mars comes to this proximity and Earth, this is what happened 100 years ago. We would plan. Tina indaba yelentuza El Nino. Yini? The drought. Yes. The drought tina besi planela 7 or 10 years before it happened. Because we calculated, we knew what the cycle of that planet. When it's at this angle to Earth, this is what happens on Earth. And siyayibona ngoba our astronomers, they are watching. Remember ukuthi emakhaya naseKemet olenzalo elanga before bokungena smoke bobukela inkanyezi nazi. So we are able to study everything. Labantu bebengayitamsaki lento. They were watching and witnessing the movement of these cosmic bodies. So we could never ukuthi sesiyalenduzwa manje. We are surprised by drought, El Nino. No. We would know Sunday, it should be closer by this year. Siyazi ukuthi towards that date sesiprepare. Umhlaba wonke wabulawa indlala. Kepha eAfrica bokunokudla. That's why they came here, these evil people. Hey, it's because of that science and knowledge. Ukuthi ayikho into thina beyisurprise. Everything was planned. Everything was well calculated. That was because we're in harmony with nature. In nature informed us all the time. And the besikholelwa kakhulu kulento esithi it's divine inspiration. There's no other source of knowledge besides that thing. You need to believe in what you hear and feel inside you. It will never be wrong. Because that is umvelingani self amvelingani. Mkhulu. Yingakho makakha besides ukuthi besihlonipha ngokuthi singalibuki ilanga ngoba vele lizosiqhoba. Kepha yinto beyihlonipha kakhulu. There was no other thing beyihlonitshwa ngendlela ilanga lihlonitshwa ngakho. Ngoba abantu were conscious of the fact ukuthi this is the source of power. Usomandla lo. No other cosmic body because the sun energizes even the planets in our solar system. It means that the day the sun disappears, Mars disappears, Earth disappears, Jupiter disappears, everything disappears. And the Gutiwa because the cycle is assisted by the gravitational pull of the sun. That is why we maintain Ma'at to be in order in that cycle. You will never move from that cycle. Mars and Earth, never. Because of Ma'at, the law that was stated before the creation of those cosmic bodies, kuti wena mukana wako now, wena muka wako now. Ifana nani lento namatalente ethu. Awuyeke ukumonela omunye umuntu ophila ngetalent lakhe. Funa elakho italent nawe. Ngoba manje if you are ignorant of your own talent, uzogcina manje so developer the foundation of evilness. Sizoposa nawe hlala nalabanye. Ngoba thina la eAfrica siyazi evilness. Yazi nathi we had wars. But bokwaziwa ukuthi even nasempini you don't humiliate your opponent. Uma lo muntu olwa naye athi kuwe maluju, hayi nawe uyamyeka. And ingane nabomama awubathinti. You don't touch. Why? Because besiqhutshwa yilo Ma'at. Lo buntu obasenza kuba sibe isizwe esikhulu abantu don't realize ukuthi irrespect is the power that drives most of the things. Mawuhlonipha uzohlonipha yonke into. And the more you humble yourself, the magnetic field yakho it. Yohlangana with the electric field. You understand? That is when magic happens. Manje wena maqhutshwa ego. Usemkingeni because your magnetic field never rises to the point of the electric field. You will always be a witness of other people's success. Why? Because you are failing to humble yourself. Ufane nalaba umuntu as an example ukhehla ujwayele ukuza la. Now because sekejwayele ukuza la ngihleka naye la. Acabanga ukuthi ngiyintanga yakhe. Do you understand that? That line must never be crossed. Ngihleka nawe because I want you to have easy access to me. I would wena manje you must interpret that ukuthi ngumngani wakho. You understand that? So ijalo lento. People must always be maintained angikhathali ukuthi ubani. Mina ngahamba la emhlabeni ngihlonipha abazali bami. Kahle I would be happy when my parents give me a task. Bengijabulisa leyo nto leyo. Why? Because I'm serving them. Do you understand? Iyangijabulisa ukuthi umzali wami uyangithuma ungicela ukuthi ngenze something. Do you understand? I-benefit yaleyo nto angazi. It's amazing. Into encane nje that you take for granted. Do you understand? Inhlonipho Makhetha is everything. You must never lose inhlonipho. Uhloniphe ngisho ingane man. Ngoba ingane umoya ngaphakathi lapha is older than the physical body. So wena uzodelela lengane le. Kanti udelela ukhokho wakho qobo. Do you understand? Lento ukuthi lokhu abuse abantwana nabomama. Ayifuneki leyo nto leyo. Iyenzakala leyo nto because asisenayo inhlonipho. Ingane ayisenama ngathini ama boundaries. And our boundaries are not supposed to be determined by the older person. You as a young person need to put those boundaries. Ukuthi mdala lo muntu lo. I can never jump this level. If ungakhona ukukhuza wena, we are finished. No, we are finished. Hey, maso ubona nje ukuthi hayi nangu baba umdala una 70 la, uhleka nami njalo. So ubona ukuthi nawo so ungakhuluma noma yini. Wenze noma yini kulo baba. So asibuyeni. It's not African leyo nto leyo. It's not African. Kubo Africa buthi. Ubuntu asibubonise kuwo wonke umuntu. But manje kungabi ne misrepresentation yalobo buntu. Please. Hey, so manje ke izoke remember ukuthi yonke lento le is affected by lento besikhuluma ngayo ama frequency. I-frequency na indelelo. Indelelo i-frequency ekwenza ukuthi vibrate at a lower frequency. Why would you want to do that? Why would yazi bengwa worried mina ukuthi umuntu omdala mhlawumbe umama umalume whatever alale nje ebusuku ngazi ukuthi kukhona into engimphethe ngayo ngabi. Do you understand? Khona into engiyenzile emenze wafila bad. I could never sleep. I will always go back. Mukwenzeni ngiyaxolisa. Do you understand? Why? Because I don't want that thing to fest La ngaphakathi kimi ukuthi it's nothing nje ukuthi ummess up umuntu then uhamba uyolala uphuphe. Buphi ubuntu lapho? Buphi ubuntu? Awungijwayelanga. So tshela leyo. Kanti awazi ukuthi ikhiya remember sikhule thina ukuthi uma uhlonipha uyihlo nonyoko ela kukhulunywa ngabazali bakho kukhulunywa ngawo wonke umuntu omdala kuwe uzandisela insuku zakho. That was the wisdom yokhokho bethu. Yingakho inhlonipho was paramount. And that is why uzothola ukuthi mawula ku culture inhlonipho dictates. As an example, kungena amajiji la awafakanga lutho la ekhaya. Abo baba automatically they know ukuthi ingane zethu lezi. Have izindle kanjani. Azibabuki ezabafazi man. Unless you are sick ekhaya. Hey, injalo meseke uzozwa manje ukuthi sokukhulunywa ngeqephi yonke lento le. Lokho wena ke phela. Amajiji mayofake legeti zabo. Nesiqephi yini umehluko? Awukho. Inkinga ye-association. Isiqephi is associated with the Western culture. I-Western culture evumele konke. Yathi everything is okay. Do you understand? Ayina nhlonipho. So izinto ke lezi okumele sidlungise. And into esemqoka yilento ukuthi senze izinto as a collective. As a collective, ipower ilapho. Buka Europeans in. Europe iforme bayibizana. European Union. Huh? Why? Because they feel good they are stronger together. But manje beseke you then ask yourself questions ukuthi why do they find it odd when Russia has those very same objectives and visions to rebuild the Russian Empire? But it means ukuthi bona they think ukuthi they have a divine right to unite. Look at what they are doing to us here on the continent. They are funding lo mswasa we organization bawubiza African Union. Mswasa organization. Those are all puppets by representative abelungu. Who's funding that organization? Asabelungu. Ifando abelungu because labantu abamnyama are promoting the Western system upon the land of Africa. That's the only way they would fund this thing. So manje Russia ayina right yokuyenza leyo nto. No. Hey, Ukraine, abo Poland lava, abo Kazakhstan, they were all part of the Russian Empire. There's nothing wrong for Putin to have that ambition. Angithi nathi we have an ambition. Ukuthi Africa yonke siphilise lamaborder. Manje what's wrong with Putin? It's because West ne America they dictate. Yes. Kuwo wonke umuntu. Who gave them the right to police umhlaba? Who gave them the right to police umhlaba? I mean, akumelanga ni unite. That's what they said to us. Bakshilo lokho kithi, iAmerica ne Britain. You must never unite, you Africans. That is why any attempt of an African government or system of a unity by destroyer. By bulala ingakakhulu nokhula. Must die. Into embi. We still want to plunder lo mhlaba wabo. Tholeke nale miswahla yama leader hamba la ipepota ukuthi they are our leaders. And they are the worst betrayers, man. Worst betrayers. They are worse because bona ba worse than abelungu. Umlungu at least I know ukuthi
Yes.
Lord angifuni. Manje wena ufana nami. I have hope. Ukuthi you are going to do things better for me. And you are worse. You are just put there as a buffer. So that I cannot be liberated in my own continent. Gatekeepers. Hey, but Uncle Tom. That's what they used to call them in America. About Uncle Tom. Hey, Africa, there's no continent that is richer than Africa. In King Ayetu is the leaders who are selling us out.
Yes.
Ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi ungasuka abantu base Nigeria bazofuna ama opportunity here. When Nigeria is so rich. In Nigeria phela ngewealth yayo. In Nigeria, Angola, DRC. Zingafita yonke continent, man. If we had our leaders ahluzekile la emakhaya. So we've been so unfortunate to be led by imiswahla yabantu. Abantu who lacks logic. Why do I need a vote? Why do I need a vote? Ngoba into engidingayo lo mhlaba. Lo mhlaba la kunayo yonke lento engidingayo. I'm able to sustain myself from this land. Manje uzongithengisela ivote ne parliament ne Cape Town. Indawo yama Masons lapha underground. Ngena phi mina lapha? Hey, angena ndawo lapha. Ngifuna umhlaba wami. Finish. Then I'm able to live a normal life again. High poverty nguyo. These people don't even have a conscience, man. They have a conscience. Umuntu omnyama usathulile. Uthi please awunginikeze into yami. Huh?
From TMC.
Instead ukuthi ube ne conscience and engage abantu in a genuine way. Usafuna lokhu bakhohlisa. Ulokhu ufakana namastuji zakhe eParliament. Who are going to represent your voice against your own people. Evilness, you are evil now, man. How? Because you are worse wena. Thina sibheke wena. In the first place, bongamelanga vele kuze kube nayo yonke le system le. Bayivumelene onkwame nkulumo yonke le. Why did they agree to this? Why? Because yinto esifake enkingeni. Umhlaba wethu mawubuya, bongamelanga ubuye ngale system. We're supposed to destroy the system and revive the tried and tested governing system of the continent. So it's time. If you are now suffering by slave, Sala, because you've normalized slavery. We are not ready to rule. Not only Africa, the world. Khuluma ngombuso la uzobusa nje Africa. Lo mbuso lo wase Africa uzobusa umhlaba wonke. If you are not ready to prepare for that now, awuyasala. Uzoyikhomba train. Uthe ngangigibele na train. Seyahamba. Hey, and how do we prepare? Self-knowledge. Because the future is going to require the real you, the core of your being. I know you fake also all the time. Usnigel so can do so. If future doesn't want that, if you not the real you, hey, that is your divine royalty. Hey, from Lama Kingdom, the calendar, you need to then demonstrate Ogutitina or set. we are made. Sibhinqe ngantoni washo uTharithi. Tshangizwa ngathi ngizobonisa ukuthi ngibhinqe ngantoni. Into yakhe. Ubani wena? Ngalokhu ngitshela ukuthi hayi no mina me doctor. Professor. Ngibuze yonke lo nonsense. Ngibuza wena ukuthi ubani? Ubani wena? Hayi ngafunde vets. There's nothing wrong alone. Uze wena ufumbatheni. Yini lento ozofumbathile la. That is what we are looking for tonight as African people. Not in knowledge that was acquired, you know, through a weakness of thought and limited. Why? Because born and abantu lava njengoba ngisho all the time, you can never claim to know something if you know half of it. You can't. We fail. You need to know it from beginning to end. Ukuthi lento iqale kanjani? Which frequency is responsible for spinach? So mengabamba le frequency, it means I can grow spinach anywhere. So we need to understand that. So that is why Kokobetu had superior knowledge. Because of that, the causal plane and the effect. The causal and the effect. Kokobetu didn't even bother ngaloku because the effect by Bona all the time. They focused on the causal plane. Hey, Uguti, at that spiritual, at that etheric level, who are you? Hey. What's your vibration? Put it these days, mengubona ngathi uyahluka. Ngikubuza ukuthi uzalwe nini? Then I know everything about you. Ukuthi yini inkinga yakho. So manje kumnandi kanjani. Sesazana kanjalo, and the good thing ukuthi sesibulisana kanjani. Sekhmet, Jehud, Heru, Lenduza. That is how it should be. Because we are then using that as symbolic thinking. We ask ukuthi Jehud umeleni. Okay. Hey, sibuyela lapho symbolic thinking. Ngalokhu uza ngelogic why. You're using the left side of the brain. Uza ngapha kamama. Ubabcredo, which is the mother brain. Yomele ivuke. Yole yamamechi. And the umoya wakona of the mother brain is here. That's what we're talking about as the cleansing itself. Because it's been under the father brain for a long time. Look at where we are. Look at where we are. Destruction all over. Because of our banana nimba. Mama zalanga na ile chabati nimba. Chokozali. Angeke ngisasuka ngizolindale nina niyengejeke. Ukwenza kanti. Asengejeni. Ngibona njani?
Ngibona kanjani nina?
Thokoza sekukazi.
At the moment, we are approaching the pyramids and we're approaching that cycle where Umhlaba is moving south. So I had a routine. Like people are 9 ether spirits, and then doing another 6 ether and 3 ether. So during that cycle, I was concerned with if that's the case, you know, like just the upside down. Those who are at the top will go to the bottom. So Tina, as in 9 ether, when we go up, now the 6 ether, they remain the same. Like it's as if they remain in the middle, nothing happens.
Baba Tina extinct.
No, well, maybe it's the angel. I need to, from what I saw, it says 9 ether and 3 ether animals.
Oh, meaning ukuthi bazobhusteka.
It's
Thina mesila.
as if nothing happens, they remain in the middle.
No, remember.
So 10 us off, they stay in the middle.
Hey, no, ukubhusteka bazobhusteka because bazobhustwa yithi. Abazali babo. Remember ukuthi we gave birth to them. So therefore, thina mesiluza ipower. Bona they gain ipower fictitiously. Ipower a phone call. So thina mesibuyela to the real power. Sinceda wonke umuntu.
Like what happened? Like,
As a parent.
Like like when our ancestors were there, and then when that change happened, Adelumo then took the wealth and the technology, everything, and then continued as if it's business as usual. So it's probably going to happen like that. We'll come up with new things, and then later on in Ghana, we'll take that. Because they can't
Unfortunately,
come up with anything.
kunjalo Koko, exactly. Meaning ukuthi nathi we can never fool ourselves and think which will be at the top forever. Do you understand?
Yes.
We were at the top.
Yeah.
Then we went to the bottom.
But it's not a punishment.
No.
It's
It's
a new one.
It's cycle. Whether we liked it or not, it was bound to happen. Because remember, ukuthi Africa, it means ukuthi that cycle yehlisa our power somehow. Because Africa beyisatshwa. Bongeke nje uapproach eAfrica uzoyicolonize. Because at the time besinamandla. Besikubona usaseJapan. Nangweza. Sidile na usasele. Manje sokungathi insumantsumane nje lento story. Kanti actually it happened. It happened. But now because of the very same cycle esikhuluma ngayo. The day see chokuthi cycle yethu ifika lapha at the bottom. That's when we lost everything. Do you understand? Kuzo zonke inyanga ezikhona nezangoma eAfrica. Ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi zingahlulwa. Fana na like 4 million people. Basibambe nje ngeibhamu thina siyawa over 40. It means ukuthi umvele nqanga usithenile. Do you understand? But manje sesikuleyo cycle again where we are now rising. That's why we're going to listen to this. Power yethu we are regaining it again as African people. Angeke kusabalula ukuthi ungichaphaza. Ngoba manje mengidecide ukuthi ngifuna ukuba seJapan manje ngithi something ngithi gone. Angeke ungithinte. You can't even kill me because it disappear la emehlweni akho. That is the power. Izinto zizoba natural again kithi because of that 9 ether. 9 strand ye DNA. So ipower yethu njengoba umhlaba uyiklina kahle kahle uklinela thina. Umhlaba ushanyelela thina abanikazi bawo. Umhlaba wethu. Because we're the first citizens. We're the first one in Australia. We're the first one in America. We're the first one in Japan. We're the first one in China. So umhlaba wethu wonke lo. Ungezwe nje sizi confine eAfrica. We are just being gentle. Kahle kahle vele sihleme the whole world. And the whole world must pay taxes in Africa. Hey, ngoba singabanikazi, ubani who can claim? Umhlaba wonke ngaphandle kwethu. We are the only people who can claim citizenship of the whole world. You know, thousands of years before kufika lezi zinye inhlanga. Do you understand? At some point, the whole world was black. The whole world. asikhulumi ngokuthi nje hayi kuse-Australia the whole world was black. Yingakho kuthe makuvela ke abantu ke abafana nabelungu hayi sebagula laba kwenzakalani. It was very abnormal. It was abnormal. Hey, such I know. Asabantu la. Phela umuntu ubonakala ngemelanin carbon. Hey. Manje ma uleka le carbon. Something is wrong. Hey. Kumele sifunisise ukuthi sonekuphi emakhehleni. Do you understand? So abelungu ke bona ke bayithatha bayijika leyo. After colonizing us, they made it an in thing to be a white person. Deficient. Do you understand? Nathi sangena. Saqala ngama-ambi. Lo bakhona basayikhumbula i-ambi. Khona
Chubaba,
namadoda manwabo. La ndoda iyakrima. Inamachubaba all over. Why? Because we hated ourselves that much. Ukuthi we wanted to be like somebody who is deficient. That's the truth. It's what science says. Hey, lack of melanin is deficiency of some sort. Because melanin is a chemical that is responsible for its function in your muntu. Hey, melanin is the chemical that facilitates the communication between yourself and Zulu nomhlaba. Melanin. It sends and receives information. Manje masongithuka ngaleyo nto leyo uthe hey into sikhule vele siyazi abelungu the way basizonda ngakhona into eyenze ukuthi ba react the way ba reacting ngakhona those evil racists in Ukraine. That's why they reacted that way. When they see a black person babona ukungola. So when your life is worth nothing kulabanye. So that's why mina ngimangala ukuthi mawuda and they hold a view and an ambition to be loved by a white person. We are cool like that. It's in their DNA to hate you. Not only abelungu namachina namandia wonke umuntu akafuni. Why? Huh? You are the parent. Hey. So izinto kumele uzi-understand ukuthi mina kahle kahle akekho umuntu ongithandayo emhlabeni. That is why I need to love myself more. That's all you need to do, mntomnyama. Awuya kulokhu ubhayisikele la ufuna uthandwa abantu abangakuthandi. Yingakho sikule position esikuyo. Ha? Abanye abantu sebesibalekele la. Ngoba senza abantu abelungu uncomfortable. Umlungu vele belama uncomfortable azahambe man. There's no reason why a white person should be comfortable once we are uncomfortable. So sizobaphathela man. Sizobaphathela ukuthi babe uncomfortable until they leave our land. They're evil. How do you sleep at night knowing very well ukuthi wena uqamela ngamabhillion? Kukhona umuntu olala esamendeni. Kulo mhlaba utshontshe kuye man. What evilness is that? So umuntu wena. You are worse than isilwane because isilwane would never do that. So ungafuna ukungitshela ngalabelungu laba ukuthi no, these white people are changing or they are going to change. Never. Never. They will never change. And the more you compromise, is the more they disrespect you. Mina ngifuna ukuthandwa umlungu. Finish. Akukamnaba abangani ngiyabazi engibaziyo. But anginenge ukuthandwa umlungu mina. The more umlungu engizonda the better. Hey. Mina semcompromise yonke into. Ngoba umlungu ungipromise something. Ngikho lapho mina. I'm happy. I'm happy to be a spiritual billionaire, man. Can't touch me there. I may not have the physical things. Lazy way now, mlungu. You stole my wealth and my land. That is why I'm in this position of which I can never balance again the physical and the spiritual. Because you decided to be evil towards me. Now I'm a spiritual billionaire. And I'm happy with that. Why? Because I know your days are numbered. Hey, your time is up. Your time is up. With your stooges, your sellouts, their time is up as well. Hey, one day, so babona bathola amadustbin. Angibebe dlula ngamaphenti la. Le shift mayenzakala ngakhoza. Le shift yenzakala. Iwisa yonke. Iwisa yonke into le shift. Hey. Babi labo were councillors and mayors like Gauteng. Bago man. Ngeni DM. Wani ngeni DM. Investigator yonke. Hey, nakhona ifoolishness. Inkinga ukuthi lento yenzakala eGauteng izoyenzakala national. Yes. Umvimba kanjani uHelenzila? Uthi abe president yakho. Make a vote uwe futhi tani. Idanger yalento siyenzayo ukungavoteli le imfene ezisithengisayo yileyo. Do you understand? Asibavoteleni labantu until kufika isikhathi vele isikepe sabo siketuke. We must never allow a white person to sit on that seat of power again. Doesn't matter how much esibakwatele ngayo ANC, EFF lonke inkatha asibavoteleni. Sivimbe nje ukuthi umlungu must never ascend again to that throne. Hey, sifungo lese sasenza thina we involved in the struggle. Umlungu will never again. But manje ngathi besikhuluma iha. Ngoba naku bayithathile eGauteng. If they are able to take Gauteng from the movement, what's going to stop them to take the national office?
Nothing.
Unless we change. Hey, sisi kwathe sibuye nganeno. Bayasiroba, yes. Abadayisi, yes. Kepha sibavoteleni. To prevent lo mhlolo wenzakala before. Inhliziyo yami izothi every day witnessing uHelenzila as a president every day. Akafula le racism yakhe all the time. What's going to happen to my soul? That one is even worse because usanekala kababukredo. She is responsible for urejo mama, unkosikazi kababukredo. Bloody evil person. Wahamba wethatha ingane nobabukredo. That person is going to be a president yakho again unless you wake up. But this cat was spelling. But manje mina ngithi ingozi nayi makhesi. Ingozi iqinisi sonke asivotanga this term.
Yes.
That's why uthola ukuthi labantu baperforme ngendlela abaperforme ngayo. Because we are sick and tired of lamanyana abawenzayo lakithi. Huh? But manje asibavoteleni mkhulu. Bonke futhi EFF as long as kungena udaki lapha. Whether uphuma kunkatha, uphuma ku-EFF, ukuphuma ku-ANC, it doesn't matter. Ngoba bayafana bonke. Bayafana bonke. You cannot be in that system of parliament ungafani with your neighbor. Ngiyafana nonke. You've all agreed to normalize the colonization, to be gatekeepers of white people. Nsingiza la election uzositshela ilogo nezingaka. Huh? Uzositshela ilogo nezingaka. Every day ekuseni ukhulumana nombhedo lapha eParliament. You are in the very same house where my murder was plotted. And you see nothing wrong with that. Uzositshela ukuthi wena la ngcono, you are better than this and better than that. Yini into yakwenza ube ngcono? As long as ulapha eParliament, umdlwembe kubantu abamnyama. Ungazi abantu bayo. No, mina ngikhuluma a different voice. What voice? Yindlu kaQueen leya man. Yindlu kaQueen, how do you serve endlini kaQueen and claim to be representing black people? You are just as guilty as all of them. I think to them. No, injalo maphela. Uzwa, akusho ukuthi lento ngilongo ngiyayisho njalo. It doesn't mean ukuthi wena, when you have proven to be articulate about certain social matters, then you aspire to be in parliament. Ubudlwembe lobo man. You are selling black people. You should be the campaign to move away abantu abamnyama kule parliament. Ufunani umuntu omnyama kule parliament? Ngiyazi bazothi nayivotela ngo94. Yes, I voted, but we were still ignorant. We didn't know ukuthi yini lento abakhuluma ngayo. Basitshela nge-freedom, nathi we freedom crazy. Uthi finally ngizoke ngihambe nje eJozi. Kungenamuntu omfuna ipasi. Apha thina besikushaya ngempama la eJozi. Uyingane ozofuna ngamapasi. Thina iJozi dala sal-liberate. Joburg was never the same like Pretoria, Cape Town, Durban, never. Ijozi thina apartheid asiyazi. Besihlala yesu kulezini, but ijozi le besiliphethe. Bongathi uzosigangela wena umlungu. Besikushaya manje lapha eJozi. And bebazi la eJozi. Futhi nase Cape Town they know ukuthi udaki waseJozi, especially eSoweto, uyabonakala mekefika eCape Town. Abantu base Cape Town amazi basaba belungu. Sabani. So mawuphuma la, ngasomtshela wena yinawo. Manje bamangala bathuka belungu. Manje nodaki lo. So what I'm saying, Maketa Guti, asibeni patient. Ungajaheli nawe ukuyoba omunye wabacindezeli babantu abamnyama. By aspiring to be a parliament. Iparlamente yindlu yencindezelo. Namhlanje. It's a slavery house. Because that is the house of the queen. Ngabe bongitshela ukuthi hayi sesakhe ipyramid lapha ihamba necomplex yakhona. Ngabe ngiyasho ukuthi uphethe umuntu omnyama. Usathandazelwa lapha amaMason phansi le eParliament eCape Town. How feel Mati. That's why even your thought process I sebenze kahle. Unormalize izinto that you are supposed to reject. Uzibone zinormal. Hi, we are passing a beat. Kumele simobilize abantu bayisupport le bill. Le bill izoyenzani? Ithi haya kufanele abantu emashilokishini amanzi. Uyayisayina nawe?
Yes, yes.
As an MP. Huh? Amanzi nogesi akumelanga siwabhadale. We are paying for electricity because we are being led by people who are can't think. Na inzalo kunama pyramids la. Tesla has proven ukuthi ama pyramids they were a generator of electricity. Manje, what's wrong with you? Huh?
Fully.
Because umlungu uthi ugesi mele ubhadala. Uyabhadala wena mawuthamela ilanga. When you are basking in the sun like the beach, do you pay? Manje, yini ke le discrimination? No, labantu laba bashule kucabanga wena khehla amanzi nogesi akumelanga ngabe. But manje uzwe, if a president is not aware of a pyramid endlalo yela uthini wena? Mawumtshela uthi uthini? Not only president, minister of the South African government abayazi inzalo yela. Manje uthini? Uthini ngalokho? Bangagenerate electricity lapha so much. Oh,
false. Yes.
Manje ke makhatha icycle yakho iphelile. Yingakho manje sesiwitnessa lokhu esikwitnessa in the political sphere. Yingakho kwenzakala lezi zinto ezenzakalayo because labantu they have reached isili. What more can they come up with? Ngoba sesazi bonke ubutsotsi ba. Uzamalelo sithi hayi man. That has been tried before. Ungazodlala ngathi. Do you understand? Baphelelwe. Bazosavwa yini makhe?
Yeah.
Abantu abanesabelo of the future. Niyobaxasha. Hey. Baba ungigwede mangitashi. Sekethini. Ngicela ngiwenze ikhathi. Siri labo Patrice Mutsepe. Yeah. Phela ukuluza imali le yabayiphethe. So, easy. Yeah. Ungavuka kusasa. Especially in stock market. Yeah. Stock market dangerous. Ulala u100 billionaire whatever. Uvuka kusenzima. So basenkingeni labantu. Njengoba kunempi kanje. Basenkingeni. Abantu abakhala kakhulu yibo lemidlwembe le. Yibo abantu abakhala kakhulu. Thina sinafokona. Liyawa noma liwi le rand asinandaba. Sombrazi nomvula watayi so manje uyabona ukuthi even nale security yakhe it's not a security. grounded on a loose foundation. Why? Because if everyone uncike ebalungwini, the day bangibilika kwenzakalani nayo. So kuya la kithi manje uzosikhawulela la ngathi kanjani, ende thina siloko siso. Do you understand? Thina sinemindi. Ungangena ibhiliyoni nakusasa uzosithola vele sidla amagwini. Ibhiliyoni ikhona ku-account. Money is nothing. Do you understand? It won't change us. Manje uyabona ukuthi nale security athi bathi banayo. Phela bengisebenza lapha elenduze nayo the company lapha stock market. I know the danger of the stock market. Abantu ama-traders lapha bayazihenga. Cabanga uluze 200 million yomuntu. Ulala kanjani? Labantu badinga therapy lawo malapha. Imagine ama-traders who have lost billions in the Russian stock market. Bakuphi manje? Because the ruble just went down 40%. One day. And the Bonkata when you advise the client, which no. Ethenga lesashop ndathi nikulanda ngesibhamu ndoda wena ufuna imali yami la ngomtshela ukuthi kanjani. That is why labantu balapha ku stock market ba stressed kanje. Mina I know them. I've worked there. So what I'm trying to say ukuthi labantu laba le security abathi banayo yalama billion abawathole ngendlela wrong nakhona. It's either you stole from us or you received the crumbs from the master. Yes. You were now a boy blogger. Mina ngibona concession lapha eRustenburg. And the same told all the geological report yakhe. Ngiyalapha eAnglo ngithi ngicela le concession. But hayi ngazosifundekela wena sino Cyril la. He's our BE partner. That is what you are. Yeah. Uyibhloko. I told you one day ukuthi eAnglo banama concessions platinum, gold, diamond that they will mine in 200 years. Yiwo lama concessions bonke lemidlwembele blocky. Bakubeka wena as a front la. You represent the Anglo. Uyi-BE Anglo. Ulomunye BE, PhD, whatever. Bulletin, whatever. Labantu laba banikeza wena ama-crumbs. So that they project you as a successful black business. Kanti front nje yonke leyo nto leyo. Wena uvalele abantu abamnyama that could be receiving concessions from these people. They can't because you are there. You determine the black empowerment policy. What have they done? Kulama boards of these mining companies and banks. What have black people done? Why are we still like this? Why is Soweto still like this? When we have bonke labantu bahlala kulama board. The reason why I started the asset management, company, it was because I realized ukuthi a lot of our pension funds, they are managed by Abu Sanla. Billions, billions that have developed Sentin. Sentin was nothing. Rosebank was nothing. Kona le aba developile lapha ngase yini the new complex. La ngase Rosebank. No, la.
Melrose Arc.
Melrose Arc. Melrose Arc yakhiwe ngemali yama-pension funds enu without you knowing. And the labodaki who are at the top of this asset management fund, instead of redirecting Lama funds to come and develop Soweto so that it becomes like Sentin, they don't do that. Manje, that was the reason why we formed the asset management, so that slowly but surely, sithole Lama funds, sikhona develop all the townships. But who opposed all those ideas? They even closed our company. They were opposed. Why? Because they are friends Nabo Rupert.
Yes.
They are supporting Abo Sanlam. That is why not only our company went, died, but other black-owned asset managers, they were killed and stifled by our own people. So inzima impilo yomuntu omnyama. Ngazo umuntu athi hey, umuntu omnyama uyavilapha. Ufuna usebenza. Usebenza kanjani when the level play field is not level? Usebenza kanjani? When bakqathanisa nomlungu wena. Makumele kuyo-adjudicate ama-tender, unikezwa ama-scores based on injustice, because umlungu has got a better take-off than you. Umlungu ukhule lapha ekhaya kunama-billion. Ukhula nje ufunda uyazi ukuthi ngiyothatha their position. Lafanda never must go. I'm just 2 years to finish my degree. Mela hambe uyazi already. And lapha kunemali already anikezwe yona. But bafuni experience.
Yes.
When you put a tender.
Yes.
At least a 5-year experience in the industry. Uzoyithola below experience ngo-94. Yingakho they force people to go and partner nabelungu. Instead of giving black people a tender for them to go and look for a technical partner, by empowering umlungu. Sick mindset. That is why we are still less than 5% in the stock market. It's a disgrace and a shame to all these, Ms. Zwembe Yama leader. All these years, how many years? Over 20 years. You can't even, make sure at least you're holding here to the stock market. It's about 10 or 15%. So you're figuring 10% in the Ms. Zwembe. You won't get there. And what they are promoting, what they are saying, you must run after the white companies. They are well entrenched. Just leave them where they are. Start your parallel system, a new economic system that will be outside of this system. Because labantu bamengati. If we stop supporting their products, their businesses fall. Sisase kuma question ngithi. Nama comment.
Mayelana nendaba yase Russia njengoba nje ukuthi lefuna ushintshela ku-gold standard, your take as considering your previous experience, what does it mean for the country as Russia?
Oh no, that's power. That's power. If Yonke Indo was based, economy was based on the gold standard, Africa would be the richest.
Yes.
And Africans will be the richest people. Now they deceived umhlaba wonke, babanika iphepha. removed the foundation yale paper, which is the gold standard. Meaning for each and every dollar, bokumele kube ne bar ye gold that is backing that dollar. Now, bakunikeza $1 which is worth fuck all. If value a dollar is based on what they say to you, it has nothing backing it. So in Russia, that's why they killed Muammar Gaddafi.
Yes.
For exactly the same thing. Muammar Gaddafi was taking us back there. Ukuthi yonke that the gold standard must be reintroduced in the world. All currencies must be based by the commodity. Awukwazi uku-issue ama-rand 5 billion, ungena 5 billion egold. Do you understand? So manje belungu benzeni bathathe igold yethu yonke bayoyivalela kuma-safe Amsterdam, lapha ku-Queen, that fake Queen, bonke Europe. Amalenduza amavolt yabo agcwele igold yethu, right? Basinikezeni iphepha that is worth nothing. Uma uPutin engashaya le UK, what's going to happen to that paper? Umuntu that issued it up. Hey, once something happened with the banking system, of which it's going to happen, given this confusion, that is why a lot of people now, investments, are moving towards gold. People are buying gold. Ngiyazi ungawari mina nawe siyafana. Asikho nokucabanga, sicabanga nokucabanga leyo. Because asinafoko. Sikhuluma ngabantu ke abanemali makhaya. Abantu abanemali. Those who are insecure about their investments, they are selling everything and buying gold. Because gold is something you can touch, you can feel. Naively. Manje le dollar le, anaveli. Na le rand. What is backing Iran? The government decides from nowhere, we are printing 5 million. Yama 200. What is backing that 5 million? Nothing. He promissory notes. Ukuthi government of South Africa has got enough backing. Once you understand the workings of the stock market, you will realize ukuthi labantu abatshontsha izimvu batshontshe namabhatha la emashopha nothing. Ubutsotsi obukhulu bulapha manje. Ijesi.
White collar crime.
Yeah. Shokuthi ubutsotsi that is legal.
Yeah. We have whites.
Hey.
Yeah, whites.
How do I issue? Okay. Mfika kuwe unebank. Mfuna ukuthenga indlu. Unginikeza iphepha wena. Futhi these days abasakuniki nephepha. Ingena ezi WhatsApp ne-email. That's your money. Uyayibona leyo. Ivalue nje isuka emoyeni. It's an estimated value. Imaginary value when I care. Ana value fuck all. Ana value fuck all. Kahle ibank meyinikeza imali. That was yinto beyikhona before. We need to go back to that thing. Do you understand? Yeah. Hey, currency must be backed by a commodity. Sometimes the commodity could be wheat. Hey, kunalama contracts about my futures and options that you are able to go to a farmer and say crop yakho will buy for the next 3 years. Now imali ngiyakunikeza manje. For promissory of delivery then. Those are futures. Do you understand? Hey, manje, if it's not backed by anything, valueless. That is why maybe bona ukuthi izinto ziyabheda. They print more money. They print more money. That's why uzothola ukuthi inflation goes up as well. Do you understand? Hey. Why? Because the money in the Reserve Bank is not backed by anything. Kahle kahle balokho bavalela abantu bayenza ama pyramid scheme. Kanti yibo ama pyramid scheme okala. The biggest operators ama pyramid scheme government. Not the system yabo, the economic system yabo. Hey, because vele baba babheke ukuthi hey, if the ama-tax abantu ababhatala tax, huh? Khona le last group engafakanga. It mean ukuthi mina oclaimayo that time I can't get. I see pyramid scheme there. If mina ngiclaima ama-tax returns and the last batch of people never paid, I can't be paid to the government. This is mali. Isebenza njani pyramid scheme? Manje why bafalela bafowethu khona lo bekenza bamthola ne-10 million endlini ndoda yala ma-pyramid scheme uba lo bahlala vele uKhatebe uphelelephi uKhatebe bosukela boKhatebe abo-Trevor Manuel abo-Trevor Manuel bayosukela boKhatebe kanti yibo the biggest operators of a pyramid scheme. And about Trevor Manuel, they are worse because basibulele. That's why there's no liquidity in our market. Why? Because they allowed the companies to make a primary listing outside South Africa. It means all the companies that are here are subsidiaries. The primary listing, it's in London. It's in New York. Meaning Gucci, all the assets they stole from you are no longer in this country. And who gave them permission? Trevor Manuel. Uzozi painter langa to mucho holier than thou. Always criticizing about Zuma, always do. And he's the worst. He's the worst. How do you allow trillions to leave this country? The trillions you need to develop this country. Where was the wisdom there? And then we knew very good why he's doing that. Make a Puma government wait.
London.
He's working for a Rothschild. A band who owns a multi-reserve bank all over the world. It means that's why he allowed all of them to leave and take their money outside South Africa. He was getting it directive. That's why they absorbed him. From government, he's working at the foundation of Rothschild. Manje, umuntu uzozitshela nje ukuthi wena lokho ubhekene negedlela kanti mnyama nawe uyibhodo same lokhu kombi igedlela ukuthi nimnyama kanti nawe umnyama futhi worse. Uzuma bamshayela le 300 million. Fuck all lento man. Hey, change. He change man lento leyo. Idamage yenza abo Trevor Manuel. Nazo zonke leyithuzana belesebenza nazo. It's worse than lento kaZuma man. Hey. Nitshelo amaphepha. Nigayidwa amaphepha. Hey. Khona manje bangaka abantu bebe abamhloniphayo vele. Lord taught womuntu Trevor Manuel. Huh? He was respected. The best economic, minister in Reserve Bank, governor.
Governor, yes.
Hey, respected group in nonsense. Ufakwe lapha ngamabomu. Hey, I even know the history ukungene kanjani. Hey, there was a group of American business people who came to Shell House and lobbied for Trevor Manuel to be appointed to their positions. Americans. I was there, I saw them. That is why these people ended up behaving the way they did. Who in their right mind would allow abantu abatshontshe imali la eSouth Africa uvula amagate nimnikeze iperiod ukuthi niphume nihamba nomcebo wethu man. Then it's sibashayela izandla kwanza. Oh no, they are good politicians. Nonsense, uZuma kenzanga lutho man. Hlukana noZuma. Mele nibuke the real culprits who are responsible for our suffering. Yeka noZuma phansi thokozani. Siyayibamba. Oh. Hey. Thomas.
Kulento enzakala khona ngalela phesheya ukuthi government inikeze abantu isizwe ifa ikhaya akusiyo lento leyenziwa eAmerica beyenza kuba umuntu bathi le pheshe ukuthi wonke umuntu ahlole bazokwazi ukubahlasela njengoba manje bona barobhana bodwa ngalena amabhenki barobha nama-supermarket yonke nyanya kuthiwa yilaba babuye eRussia isiyipheshe vele ukunikeza abantu ifa ababulala.
No, vele kunjalo. It's not only IPED. Remember ukuthi Ukraine, I think some years ago, or a couple of some time ago, it was regarded as the worst corrupt country in Europe. Remember ukuthi uTrump bafaka a vote of no confidence. Impeachment. Because of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Now Ukraine is now a darling ngubo.
Yes.
So kubanika iphamu. Babayenza ukuthi benze more. Baqhubeke nobugebengu babo. Mina, I hate people who don't have principles.
Chameleons.
I hate people who don't have principles. Lo mfana wase Ukraine lo uyintwana. That was a comedian. Yagibela the world stage. Bathi beke jaiva nqum lo muntu lo manje. Uzombeka phambi kwakho kaPutin. Uthi. Do you understand? Lo mfana betray the whole Russian population. In 2014, what happened? What happened in 2014? America, yiyo eqale civil war Ukraine. Bavukela upresident wabo, being supported by America. Bakosha the genuinely voted person. But abamfuni. Why? Because bona sebefuna impucuko. They want to be civilized like those evil people in America. Do you understand? They see that as civilization and yet it's evilness. What has happened to Ukraine now? Where are the very same people that promised support and help? Lo maswahla wase Ukraine lo uqabahe udila nezinye izinja le angazi-understand. Do you understand? Chokuthi bayamseta bathi wena iba ibraki Konkota. Thina sila emuva ndo. Yabhova le emezokuluma sila. Kuphi? Hayi angeni bhova. Isekhona nanamanje. Bakuphi bona? Bathi hayi asifuna ukungena ngoba vele lebhova siyayazi bona. That's what we are telling you. But you know, we can't get involved, we can't send our troops because that will be seen as declaration of war by Russia. After they make you do the mess oyenzile lapha eUkraine. Uhamba uyokhohlisa. It's like abeSuthu namavenda. They are same people. Do you understand? Kufike manje umJapan azongena kumvenda. Athi bamsana. Lo siyamshaya. Bathi siyamshaya. Bamsana nathathe. Bamfumbanisa imali angeneke leyo nation is divided forever. Do you understand? Yinto le esikhuluma and esiwona abantu ngayo all the time. Ukuqina kweGEK umlungu uzoza kuwe wena lunga leGEK akwentize ngemali to come and destroy us. The day you do that, wazi nje ukuthi nasezulwini ngeke usangena. Hey, angeke usangena. Manje ke yiyo ke nithi mina yazi the only thing engiphatha kabi mina empilweni ukungabi loyal komuntu. That's the only thing engisiphaya. Because I know what loyalty means. Loyalty ithi mangisebenza nawe ngilala ngikhululekile. Noma ngilale ngiyazi ukuthi ngeke uze nejungle ndothi uzongihlaba la emuva. Manje the minute I see ama-signs anjalo kuwe ngidla phansi. Futhi angokunika ichance ukuthi ungimesabe one chance try never. Ungishaya kanye nje uqedile. Angakuphinde. Why? Because yinto that mina I'm conscious about. Loyalty is everything to me. I'm loyal to umuntu for everything. But the day you give me reasons not to trust you, mina into engiyaziyo angisebenzi nomuntu engamthembi. Never. Angisebenzi nomuntu ongamthembi ngoba ngifuna ukusebenza mina mengisebenza ngifuna ukusebenza ngikhululekile. Angifuna ukusebenza ngamaqhubu ukuthi le njalo ngingathatha le idea yonikeza lo muntu lo muntu angenza lo angifuni lokho. Yingakho ngikhatha off immediately so that ukhululeke nami ngikhululeke ngenze lento engiyenzayo. So lo mfana wase Ukraine ubetray ama-Russian. Abantu base-Ukraine nabase-Russia, they are the same people. He wasn't supposed, I mean, ngabe bekehlangane nabo Putin, wahlangana nabo Poland, bonke le mizwembe abo Poland laba, bonke laba ba-betray Russia, imizwembe grand. Ngoba bonke are backed by America. Imagine that region ngabe powerful kanjani. Unstoppable. Le Hong Kong yabo European Union izofa le. Ayindawo lento yabo. Because it is founded on the basis of evilness. I promote uxolo, peace, harmony in the world. They are aggressors. Nathi bazoshaya. If labantu bashaya ilentuza. Iraq bashaya Libya. What is going to happen to Syria? Huh? He's not immune from that. Hey, He's not immune from that. What I mean ukuthi wonke umuntu eAfrica is not immune from that. If iyenzakale lapha, ingenzeka nala. Why? Because they are aggressors. Yingakho thina mele sijime, not physical but spiritual. Sibashaye ngokamoya. Ipower yethu lapho. Awunawo lamanyuclear banawo. Mele siphahlele la sibambene ngezandla usenzani si-diffuse i-nuclear bomb yabo ile. Bayibone nje ichama amanzi lento. Hawu! Kwenzakale. Hey, lapho mokhe. And bathi lento the way dangerous uzwa. Angifisi. Bathi if ingashaya eAmerica or any country lapha eEurope, the whole of umhlaba is finished. Because umhlaba wonke will be polluted. Ayikho into esazophila la. So ingozi le esibhekene nayo. Hey. But manje ningawazi. Thina sina 9. Yeah, yasoma so. Wathi ayibulala ithi. Athi wasifani. I was second my question first. I see Jane, man. Tell us it.
I saw we having church. I think there's an assignment is about food health. So as part of your topic today, the energy units are expensive. So how is that relating to us personally now, personal spaces? Is that the challenges that aligned to us?
Oh no, certainly. Yingakho kancane. We are winning off people from meat. It's like winning off a baby of ingane. Bad. So abantu silapho man.
If you're already there, because I don't eat
Sure.
for many years. So if you're already there, what else can you do to change this one?
You should be levitating levitating. Because uzimpilo. Udla yonke le energy le ekunikeza that ability. So hlala njalo lapho ntomkazi lento meyithi uzozibona. I-levitation ngeke uzuyiheshe. Izozenzakalela. Uzothi uphuma nje ufisa ukulevitate esikubona. And it will be normal to us because a lot of us will be doing that. Kula siyakhona. So hlala lapho ungasuki ntomkazi. Thokozini. Singayodla musimani. Thokoza. Siyabonga nani lapha emakhaya. Sibonga isikhathi with your patience. Some of them bangena vele bahlale till the end. Noma ke thina sisemoyeni ngoba yazi umoya we can't control. Yingakho thina we can't plan. We don't plan for the day. Sibona nje ngelanga ukuthi liza namuphi umoya. Nje ngokhehla lokho bekephethe umoya namhlanje. Hayi bomphela. So umoya wenza njalo vele. So silandela umoya thina all the time. But siyabonga kakhulu your time, your sacrifice, your resources, your data. You know, we don't take that here for granted. Sibonga nawo wonke umuntu oncedisayo lapho sifisa nawo wonke umuntu who make it possible. You know, ukuthi si communicate nani indlovukazi lapha, you know, nabonkosinathi le wonke umuntu who's active, you know, in terms of you know, developing GK. Siyabonga kakhulu. Sithi swela amagama ayinkulungwane. Thokozini. Give back.